Hi, I'm Melissa, your Free Range Psychic. Today is April 21st, 2020. Tomorrow, don't forget, is Earth Day, April 22nd. Even though this COVID thing is making us social distance from people, we don't have to do that with the planet. I mean, with the Earth. We can be up close, to Mother Nature. So that is always a positive and healing thing to do, however you want to do it. So today, again, continuing and now for something completely different series, I'm going to do a past life reading on Jared Kushner. Probably the majority of people think he was a Nazi in his past life, which he looks like a Nazi in this life. You could see him in the uniform. He's got that evil look on his face, and he looks like he could be a great villain in like a Bond movie. My guides, however, tell me he was not a Nazi, and that actually his past life was the last past life he had was in 1852. So what I think I'm going to do is I drew some cards to flesh out the past life reading I got from my guides, and I think I'll do the reading first, and then I'll tell you what I've actually found out. So the subject card, I used the Ciro Marchetti card, the Gilded Tarot, and I do a simple Celtic cross, ask my guides for the cards, and then I tell you what they told me about them, and then we do have a oracle card. So the moon is his subject card. This is a life that lived as a female, and also this card is a life that was lived under the light of the moon, an occupation that would be carried out at night. Above is the Ten of Swords. And this is the incursion of imprisonment and a death sentence due to the occupation. And this is the time we find her. I just get confused when I'm doing a past life for a male and he was a female, so I'm going to refer to him as she. So here we're finding her at this particular time in jail and pending a death, an execution. I was going to say a death sentence, but I mean that's already a given. Execution. Recent past. This card's actually telling us. See, here's the moon again. This female, not in the United States. This female is in another country, and so she's quietly plying her trade under the cover of night, and the moon surreptitiously, quietly, in stealth. Below, this is a life where the motivation is the ego. Acquire, really, what's really popping out at me, I don't know if it's popping out at you, is money. This cup right here, that's the motivation. So in it's odd saying near future when you're doing a past life reading, but this is the result of her actions, her previous actions, and this is defeat. Do you see here? She's pretty fluid in this card. She's got freedom. She's kind of going about her business at night, but then she is defeated. She's having to surrender. Above is the devil. So she's in league with the devil in terms of what has transpired regarding what has happened and put her in jail waiting for execution. And this, again, is the motive to... Actually, this is... My guides are actually telling me to tell you this is stealing. This was a crime, and it involved stealing money from a gentleman. Okay. So, well, my guides told me, and I'm going to take everything I say with a grain of salt. I always tell people that when I do readings, but this Jared is a female prostitute living in Florence, Italy, and she and her pimp have conspired to, I want to say, rip off a very wealthy German tourist who's visiting Florence. And they not only steal his money, they murder him. I don't know the topography of Florence, but some kind of river or lake or something like that. Kind of dump his body at night. But it's found out. And the gendarmes, or whatever they're called in Italy, gendarmes are French, they find out. I think there's plenty of witnesses who come forth. I don't think either the Jared as the lady of the night or her pimp are much liked, and they come with information, and they arrest her, and she ends up in prison waiting for her execution, and her pimp is also arrested. And he is also, what I'm doing right now is I've got my pendulum. I'm kind of asking more about what's going on here. Yeah, they're both executed. This was a very well-to-do German gentleman, not a politician, but with a lot of wealth. We might consider him these days, a millionaire. I think he's probably is an industrialist of some kind. Oh, this is an interesting piece of information because I asked, well, was anybody else in Trump's administration in that lifetime? And they said yes, and they told me that the pimp was Rudy Giuliani. Oh, that would make absolute sense. Yeah, so that is Jared's past life, 1852. And is there anything else you want me to say about that? Not really. That he, is carrying on that kind of, life path where but it's on a much higher scale where, he's really, ripping people off and getting what he can. I think this has come up for Jared anyway before, but this is definitely Jared. And again, under the light of the moon. So that theme comes in again and again for him, doing things in darkness, doing illicit and illegal things, and, stealing his billions. I think he has billions, or if not, hundreds of millions of dollars. And his whole life is based on the acquirement of riches. So we did get an oracle card. The oracle card is from the Ascended Masters deck by Doreen Virtue. And this card, nurture yourself. Mother Mary. I will read it. You've given a lot of yourself lately. And now it's time to give something to yourself. You've drawn this card because you need to nurture yourself. This means taking good care of your body through sleep, detoxification, and exercise. It also means taking care of your needs so you can be there for others and taking care of your needs as you would for others. To have more energy, abundance, peace, purpose, and everything that you desire, nurture yourself. Additional meanings for this card: balance, giving to others while receiving to yourself, honor your inner voice, get some rest, take care of your body, nurture your inner child. Your life purpose involves helping children. Mother Mary is helping you and guiding you. So I think this card is also very appropriate because for me, Mother Mary also, she represents Mother Earth, Sophia, the goddess of children, of animals, of nature. And as Earth Day's coming up tomorrow, certainly this is a card to hold in our hearts. We nurture ourselves, we nurture the earth too. I hope everybody's okay. I know these times are really stressful and everything's still very uncertain, but a lot's going on, I think, in people's internal lives. We're learning a lot about ourselves, and we learn that life still goes on. And this is a really powerful challenge to still trust, trust our fates, trust that we are being guided and looked after, and we are capable of looking after ourselves. And we mean more than whatever the external things that seem to define our life are. I always remind people at this point I'm available for readings, past life, present, anything in the present, meaning past, whatever's taking place in the past, and what may be coming down the pike in the future. I am a medium, so if you want to get in touch with loved ones and see if they've made their transition, if they've actually been able to pass over, and if not, my guides can help assist them pass. Also, I love to introduce you to your guardian angels. Saying that, take care, and I will be coming back with a second video this week, pretty soon. I hope. That's my intent, to this week now, because I missed Sunday, and I do apologize about that. But I want to come up with a second one this week. Everybody take care. Happy Earth Day.